Hey everyone, welcome to Inside the AI. I'm your host, the Data Doc, and today we're going to be creating a web scraper using ChatGPT. So here on the screen, we have an example of this web scraper. I want to show you what's going to happen and what it's going to do, and then we'll go into making a step-by-step of how to do this. So if you are not trying to scrape massive amounts of information, you want to target the specific information you want to gather, this is the way to do it. The first thing you want to do is create an HTTP request. I'm going to run through this so you can see what's happening. I'm going to open this up and hit play. I've already dropped in a website. So this website is AI News. And if I hit test step, it's going to regenerate this information over here. So essentially what we have is a GET request getting the information from this website, and it's producing an HTML in one string of information. That information that has been pushed through is not very useful. So we need to mark that down and convert it from HTML into readable, digestible text. So what we did is we created a markdown. All we have to do is drop this in here. And what this is going to do is it's going to take this information and make it into a readable language. So now we have the HTML. And if you don't know, HTML is how the computers communicate how the website looks. So it's going to tell you your font size, it's going to give you spacing, it's going to give you all kind of information to develop that website. So now that information has been converted and marked down. And now we have an AI system that is going to take that markdown information, and through prompting it, we have the prompts here. These prompts are going to turn that into digestible structured data within N8N so that we could use that to continue the workflow. So all of that information is coming in from N8N, or excuse me, from the website. It's coming in as HTML. It's been marked down. And now we're taking that markdown and we're creating arrays and values that are in structured information so that we could use it within N8N. And now you see we have one string of information over here that's turned into many links and information on the right with a summary of the website and a one-line summary for a shorter response. There's many things you can do with this, but the most important thing is that this is a targeted web scraper using OpenAI. And what I want to mention is that all of the prompts are going to be in the description below, so there's no need to copy this. Please stay tuned to the end, and what we're going to do is I'm going to give you step-by-step guide, and I'm going to tell you where you can get this JSON file, and you can just import it. So to start out, the first thing you want to do is always come into your workplace and rename your environment. So I've renamed this one Web Scraper. And to save time, we're going to move on into the first node you need to do. So we have to test an environment. So we're in a testing environment where we can edit it. And we're going to add in the HTTP request node. So this node is going to be very simple. It's a GET request, which means we're getting the information from whatever it is. We have other options, delete, head option, but all we need is GET. It's pretty simple. Here, all we need to do is put in the URL that you want to scrape the information from. So here's the URL, and we're going to test this out. So now, as we saw in the other video, so now as we saw before, this information has been gathered as HTML to the right. It's not very useful. It's listed as one string of information. So if we put it in table mode, the easy way to explain this is we have one row on an Excel spreadsheet of information that we can't really do much with. So let's go back to schema. We're going to go back out. The next thing we have to do, it's very important, is markdown. And so what markdown does is it takes this HTML, and as I mentioned, the HTML is how the website looks. It's the language the website looks to display the information to you. And so we don't understand that language, but the computer systems do. What we understand is the markdown language. So when we take the data from here and we drag it into the HTML, what that is going to do is it's going to translate this into a language we can understand. So this first line of information turns into AI News as part of TechForge publication series, and it gives you information. However, there's still a lot of information in that. And as I mentioned before, This in an Excel spreadsheet is only one row of information. It's just a lot of information in that Excel spreadsheet. And so what we can do with this is use an AI like OpenAI system to turn that into digestible structured data that we could use within N8N. And the way you could do what you can do with this in the future is extract all that information into multiple rows and then put it into an Excel spreadsheet so you can clean it and you can merge information and really make value of that data. So the first thing we're going to do is call an OpenAI. And we want to go on the right here, select OpenAI, and then the easy method is message a model. So when you're within message a model, you have to make sure you have your account linked through the API. We have the data coming in. It's been marked down. You want to select the model. So we have message a model. You don't need to change this, but this is going to be blank. So what you need to do for this one is go down and up and down here and select 4.0 mini. That's a really cost-effective method. And so inside the messages, this is the message that gets sent to OpenAI. You have to give it the role. So the first role we're telling it is you are a helpful, intelligent web scraping assistant. It's going to be a system role. So what this means is you're allowed to pick three different messages. We're keeping it as a system. The next thing we're going to have is 2 user roles beneath it. For the first user role, what we have is this information here. And what we're telling it, this is where we're giving it the information to take that markdown and turn it into structured data. Your task is to take raw markdown of a website and convert it into structured data. And then we give it the format of how to do this. Again, you can read the screen, you can type it out, but all of this is going to be in the description below. All you need to do is go down and copy it. The last part, all we have to do is another user role, and we're going to drag this information into here. So drag the data into this prompt, and this will be complete. But I want to show you how you get these. So when you first open AI, you're only going to have one message here. So all you have to do is add a new message here, and then you have the user role, and you can put a new prompt. So essentially, when I was at this step, I just added a new message here and had it go through. So I'm going to run this through, and I'm going to show you what comes out on the other side of the output. So we've taken the markdown. That HTML that's right here has been turned into markdown information. And this markdown information, if we see here, we have links, we have different websites we can go to. You could have phone numbers in here. You can have all kinds of information. And what you can do with this is the AI is going to take this data and make each one of these websites that we see here its own line or row within an Excel spreadsheet. So we see it in a schema format, but if we put it in table, which looks like an Excel spreadsheet, we see that these are in its own little roles. And what we can do with this schema is now this is information we can drag and drop. And what I will show you is this is a broader work. And so now what we've done is we've taken that information, we've made it into a system that we can use inside of N8N. So this was a short series. The next video I'm going to do is how to scrape using other tools such as Amplify and Rapid. But this is a method that if you just need one website scraped, this will do it for you. So I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. I'm the Data Doc. I appreciate your time. If you have a workflow you need, please reach out. Bye-bye.